But the truth is, no, it's way bigger. Like, right, like that. A thought went into picking this particular sun for this planet and the moon and the positioning of, much as if you were building a house. Like, you would put particulars in,
Yeah.
like Kid Rock, to make sure that throughout the time period of history, you put a stamp and a mark on it.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
That's why if you were extraterrestrial, let's say, and you were going to build one building on this planet, it would be the pyramid.
100%.
Like, most people don't even understand that there was a whole outer covering on that thing, and gold capped at
Gold
the top.
cap,
Like,
smooth limestone. Yeah.
it was a planetary monument.
Yeah.
Right.
You might be right. It makes more sense than the idea that these people pushed those things into place and then got them hundreds of miles out of the mountain with ropes. Shut the fuck up.
Throughout history, we have not done things that did not profit us, and not 150 years from now.
Right.
Now.
Right. Now,
Always. All through history.
Right.
So to be thinking that this particular civilization, oh, you know what we all care about? When he gonna die. I dedicate my life to when he gonna die. I'm gonna die while
Yeah.
No, history doesn't say that in any way.
It's also the sheer mass. 3,200,000 stones in the Great Pyramid. That is so much mass.
All of the wonders of the world are truly that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch of them too, man. The wild shit that they're digging out of Turkey is nuts too. That's the Göbekli Tepe place where they found 12,000-year-old structures back at the time when they thought people were just using sticks and stones and hunter-gatherers.
No.
No, they had
because the
stone.
whole time they were saying that it was there.
Yep.
But understand, these are the things worthy of a war, just so you know.
Worthy of a war. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? All throughout history,
Mm-hmm.
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the only thing a rational person can take from Hitler's story, is being able to see what if you had unlimited resource and ability to just follow global rabbit holes. You find out that most stuff that is labeled BS is not BS. BS is very hard to come by.
Well, the Hitler thing is real weird because the Nazis are really into the occult.
At some point in the information process, that was required. So
It was required to be into the occult.
So in like the world of medicine, like certain things, before they had a label of being toxic, you just knew don't touch it. Like, you know what I mean? You didn't know what it was good for, but those occultists were the keepers of things that did work, not things that did not work.
Right.
So, but throughout history, that whole process of thinking, anything that could fall into the alchemy conversation, was seen as occult based. It meant doing something unnatural. So even like the blacksmith was considered a part of that world through most of history.
Really?
Because he had an unnatural relationship with elements. He was able to take this and turn it into things.
Forged steel. Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I've always wondered, like, at the heart of
All
alchemy.
processes that are
Yeah.
discussed at these pyramids and all, because they're all processes.
Yeah. I've always wondered if alchemy is trying to regain lost knowledge. Like if at one point in time they did know how to just make metals. They did know how to create elements. They did know how to change lead into gold or whatever the fuck they wanted to do.
That's what this whole line was consisted of.
Yeah.
But it required money and time, and all royalty, all kings, all great leaders of the world. This is what you paid for, was people that could make things happen. So being able to understand the weather and to then be able to manipulate it in any way possible was valuable all through human history. All the way before we get to the seeding of clouds part.
Do you think they had the ability to manipulate weather back then? It'd be wild if they did. If that's what caused the Sahara Desert to emerge. Because all that shit used to be lush tropical rainforest. Imagine if that's humans fucking with cloud seeding. They just ruin it.
Well, that wouldn't explain how that has its own environment that's just as valuable. You know what I mean? It goes to further back up what I was telling you about how it seems like somebody put thought into every scenario you might be in. So let's say you lived in one of them deserts and all you had was cactus. Guess what? You could take that cactus and make tequila too.
True.
Like at every part of the process, like
People figure something out.
not the people figure something out. Something is there to be figured out.
Right.
Right. Right.
Well, that's what the indigenous people say about ayahuasca. They said that the plants told them how to make it. The mushrooms told them how to make it.
As a person that loves nature, you know that most of your experience in nature is based upon how other things react.